Now, hold on. Before we start the show, real quick, I know y'all lost more money on y'all parlay. All I ask is this, man. Hit that subscribe and hit the bell. It's free. I promise you it ain't cost you nothing to support somebody. I'm just trying to reach 100K subscribers. Let's get to the video.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces.
So we got some breaking news via ESPN about LeBron James. LeBron James ain't a happy man. And this is breaking news, and this is from reporter Ramona Shelburne and Windhorse. So Brian Windhorse. So this is not like just me coming up with something. This is factual information. Well, I don't know if it's factual, but it's reported from ESPN insiders. And you know, LeBron and Clutch Sports like to kind of push their feelings out and tell certain people, maybe not directly to the Lakers, but certain people that have connections to the sources so they can get their narrative or frustrations or feelings out, right? Typically that's what happens. So without further ado, we're going to get into what LeBron had to say. LeBron James has reportedly felt the Lakers didn't fully value everything he had done while shifting the focus to LUKA. You know, that already sounds like, you know what, I ain't going to do it. I'm going to let y'all get my take in a second, all right? So James understood the Lakers taking advantage of an opportunity to pivot to a younger superstar. But from James' perspective, sources said the nuance sometimes lost during the transition. Doncic had never asked to be a Laker, but James, for his part, had chosen LA coming in 2018 when the team had missed the playoffs 5 consecutive seasons. The worst run for the franchise since it moved from Minneapolis. 2 years later, James had delivered a 17th championship. I do want to mention that his first year there, they didn't make the playoffs. So they didn't make the playoffs till they got AD. So yeah, anyhow, let's get into the next one. So all signs point to the Lakers wanting to move on from LeBron by spring 2026. Since the Lakers had already made their statement and not offering James a contract beyond this season. It was abruptly clear that the 21-time All-Star's time as the face of the Lakers had for the first time a planned end date. So that's big because LeBron really is pretty much just always had another contract. He's never really kind of left the end of a contract, right? So even if James' record-setting NBA career did not yet, whether the 2025-2026 season is to be James' final season in the NBA is up to him. But if he wanted the kind of Hollywood ending that only the Lakers can give legends of the game, the release date was set spring 2026, LUKA Doncic and LeBron James out. Now, for LeBron James to think that the Lakers didn't really appreciate what he did, it makes me think, like, what did you really do? But let's break down his postseason. So in 2019, he missed the playoffs. In 2020, he won the bubble title. So after the first 2 seasons, let's look at what happened. First round exit. This was a 6 games they lost to the Suns. In 2022, they missed the playoffs. So twice they missed the playoffs since LeBron's been there. 2023, they got swept by Jokic. And look at this play here. Tell me that some of these games weren't winnable.
You want to wait too long. You want to have the 2-for-1 situation here.
Here goes James, 5 on the 24 to Schroeder. Reaves, holds, looking, finds James, takes a pass, falling away, baseline shot, side on the backboard.
You can't tell me some of these games were winnable because they were. 2024, first round exit. 2025, first round exit. So in 2024, gentlemen sweep. 2025, gentlemen sweep. They won 1 game, and that's it. Now, I think LeBron's Miami career was more impressive, right? But this isn't the weaker conference anymore, where you go to 8 straight championships because you play the Atlanta Hawks, you play the Toronto Raptors, the Paul George-less Pacers because he left in 2018. I mean, I've seen the East, and it's pretty much was Isaiah Thomas and the Celtics, DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry with the Raptors, bums like Jeff Teague. Since we want to talk about Kobe, we want to call you a bums like Jeff Teague and Paul Millsap and Kyle Korver and Al Horford on the Hawks. I mean, the Bucks with Brandon Jennings and Giannis was young, and like there was no and Monte Ellis on the Bucks. Like there was no contending teams that really had a chance, right? Then you go to the West and you don't go back to the finals in a regular season format. Like, you've never made the finals in a regular season format. And not to mention this. The reason why I call the Lakers bubble ring a flop, and this is the only reason why I call it a flop, and it's very simple. It's because the Miami Heat went to the bubble ring, right? But what happened after that? They ended up going to the finals again in 2022, right? So they ended up going 7 games with the Boston Celtics in 2022, and in 2023, excuse me, is what I meant to say, is they went to the finals and they lost to Denver. So they won 7 games in the conference finals, then they go to the NBA finals. So it shows me, and they still kept their core together. So it shows me that that wasn't a fluke, because they were able to do it when the season was regular, when there was no big 3-month, 2-month break in the middle of the season because of COVID. This is just a good team that had all the right pieces, but still had their core pieces, because Anthony Davis and LeBron are the core of the team. Yeah, they got rid of a lot of guys after the season, but I'm just saying, you have enough pieces later on in all the other seasons to get the job done, but you didn't. I honestly think LeBron James has like somewhat of a problem letting go. I used this reference before, and I said LeBron is like that pretty girl in high school, right? Where you got, all the guys on you, right? And then you fast forward 10 years later, where you can still be in the prime of your, body, I guess, or physical prime, or whatever, looks, appearance, attractiveness. But you got 5 baby daddies, or you got 5 kids, you gained 40 pounds, you're no longer wanted, and no franchise is going to bend over backwards for you now. So now you're finally feeling the feeling of rejection. Now, LeBron, since freaking high school, has been probably never told no by anybody, except for Pat Riley when it came to cookies. So you got to think about, LeBron is now in season 23, going to be 41. Now you're realizing what it feels like to not get what you need. And I think that's a problem, because if you've never experienced it this late in life, it hits different. And I think that's what we're seeing now. Because how do you feel the Lakers didn't, give you what you need? You got paid, you got a bubble chip, you weren't able to do much for the Lakers. I still don't think that what you've done for the Lakers was worthy of anything, worthy of a jersey retirement, worthy of anything. A farewell tour, of course. It's LeBron James, one of the biggest superstars in the league has ever seen. But let's not forget where the focus should be at. And that's Luka Doncic. It's not you. It's not your son. It's the franchise player who is Luka Doncic, not the 41-year-old. So the fact that this dude is still, seeing himself as a cornerstone or the franchise guy, man, this new ownership is not the same. It's not a mom and pop shop no more. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is for him. But I'm curious to know what you guys think of this. What do you guys think? Is LeBron in the right to be upset, or is he, in the right? Is he wrong, or is he right? Let me know your thoughts. My name is Tyler Rose. It's Tyler Rose TV. That's all I really got for today's video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.